Aloha, everybody. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com coming to you with the February 5th market wrap-up for you to use today on February 6th, or for you to watch this weekend if you want to, because I don't think we're going to see much happen in the markets upcoming as we just continue to basically go nowhere. However, a little bit of positivity today as the NASDAQ ended up having a 2% rally. And during that 2% rally, the NASDAQ, let's go all the way out on these indexes today. Even though the tail is little at the bottom compared to the top, it still was an overall bullish session, if you ask me, just because it was able to retake the 50-day moving average on higher volume. However, until more and more nice charts start to show up, this is still only the beginning of something. However, it's a very nice start. And then whenever we look at the New York Stock Exchange, we can see a 1.6% rally. You can see volume was higher than the day before, just like the NASDAQ, going back to the NASDAQ right now. And then as you can see on the Dow Jones Industrial Average, I'm going to pull up 1.3%. Volume was higher again. And I know we can't see it here, but the volume on the S&P 600 was higher, slightly higher, and the IBD 100 and IBD 85 index was higher, but I don't have daily graphs currently up because I don't plan very well. No, actually, the truth is because we had technical difficulties today, and I want to apologize to everybody for what happened. The biggest problem actually came from a non-problem. If this would have been a normal server that went down problem that we have had before, we'd be up within 2 hours and back to normal. However, now we have 15 gigabytes of videos on our server. So what we have learned from this mistake is that we now have to buy a separate server to put our videos on. So I will do that, and pretty soon or I don't even know if we have to buy one. Or my technical design webman, everything, just a genius for me, Bob, might be able to do something else for me. However, I still want to apologize to everybody, and that's the reason everything's late again, but at least it doesn't matter because our longs have been working and most of our shorts have been working. But the best thing is that our longs are starting to really work, and we're starting to see some setups. And even in tonight's new long section, even though we don't have any new longs, and we do have one short actually to add to, so that's something some of you guys that aren't subscribers should think of, is it's kind of odd to have such a big update, yet I have no new longs today, and I get to add on to a short that we just recently shorted, so that's kind of strange, but still a bullish day overall. That's a very bullish looking chart I'm looking at right there. Let's see, oil, see how oil did today. Oil pretty flat, as you can see, just not moving much anywhere for the past almost 3 weeks here. 2 weeks, what am I talking about? As just kind of flatlining. Let's see how platinum did today. Platinum had a pretty okay day, up 1%. Still, you can see that quote-quote shooting star pattern again that it had back up near this area in 1.7. So this whole area here is a very important resistance zone. And I want to show you how you guys could draw it here on telecharts. You go to this little drawings tool, use this line, put it to the highs right here, put it sideways, and you got to see if I didn't have this thing truncated to end right here, it would go all the way out here, and once it gets above this line, then it'll be good. So let me try to do that again just to show you guys. So it's the line go all the way out here, and then you can see once it gets above those highs, it should be able to move up higher, but it just depends on if that works or not. So we'll just have to see. That was interesting. Get rid of that. So let's go ahead and jump now to silver. See how silver's doing. Very bullish session for silver, and I noticed even when it was at 1292 today, when it was up almost 3%, how great it was looking, and it was just looking wonderful, and it continued to look wonderful, obviously, by the close. Let's see if gold decided to do the same thing. No, gold had a little reversal. I saw whenever gold was up there around 925 area, ended up closing at 915. Still up almost 1%, pretty good. A little bit of a shooting star pattern again. However, notice that from the open, still not closing anywhere near the low of the day. Still a bullish session. Past 2 days, up 1.6%. So gold continues to work its way higher, and look what's about ready to happen. Very key. Golden cross. The golden cross is the opposite of the death cross. A golden cross is when the 50-day moving average goes above the 50-day moving average goes above the 200-day moving average with the price above. And the death cross, of course, is whenever price is below both the 50 200 and then the 50 goes below the 200-day moving average. Neither area or the first one, Death Cross, is not good that I just mentioned just about 1 second ago, and the last one, or the latter, that I mentioned way earlier, like 30 seconds. That's the kind of time we live in today, folks. Talks about the Golden Cross, and you go and almost see it happen here. Now, let me actually go back in silver and see. Okay, silver's Golden Cross is more far away. So is platinum. How is the dollar acting after today's session? Still looking good, as you can see. Still in an uptrend, still holding. So if you're long U.S. dollars, you're still fine. If you're long gold, you're still fine. If you're long stocks, you're not doing too good, but I have 11 longs that are doing pretty well, and I hope they continue to do well because they're in really nice positions. Anyway, I'm going to make this one very short due to everything that happened tonight. The market still overall, actually I can show you something really quick. Let's go to the NASDAQ and go to the 27th again like I always like to do, and just show you that from the 27th to now, actually the 24th, so it's actually getting longer. So from October 24th to February 5th, the NASDAQ has moved a whopping negative 0.37%. So just keep that in mind. Intermediate, sub-intermediate term, we're just going nowhere. Long-term, intermediate term, it's still down. But short-term, looking good. And actually, what's the most bullish-looking market? Of course, the one everybody thought would be the next bullish-looking market. Asia. Shanghai, to be more exact. Their NASDAQ, the Shanghai SC Composite, as you can see, the past week has been up 5.39%. I have to look at the overall Chinese stock market index, and I'm a pretty big idiot because I got to admit that I don't normally look at the Chinese stock market. But if it's not the Shanghai SC Composite, whatever it is, I'm sure it looks just as beautiful as this. I'm going to go on Google and look it up. Now, why don't I know as much about China as I probably should? Because Telechart still refuses to add anything more than New York Stock Exchange, NASDAQ, and Amex stocks. Can you guys please add over-the-counter bulletin board stocks? Because low-cap stocks and mid-cap stocks do excellent with BOP, TSV, and MoneyStream. Max Green BOP all over your chart, just like that chart I was showing you back, ANCI, going back here. Whenever you have this all over your chart, things are going to be good, bottom line. So I don't understand why we can't get over-the-counter bulletin boards, at least in the United States, on here. And if we can't get that, please Telechart, please Don Warden, and please people, please make your petitions to him. Get the Chinese and India and South American and Eastern European stock markets on here. These are emerging countries. In India and China, the population is booming and will continue to boom. The babies are being made at 2 to 3 to 4 times the rate as in America right now. That's where the growth is, China and India. If we're going to find these beautiful charts that then can make the return, like the Tasers, the Cena Sohus, the Hills, the Epics, EPICs, back in like 2003, and all the big winners in 1999, and all my winners from 2004 to 2007, to get that again, we're going to have a very bullish U.S. market. I don't know if we can do that with the stimulus package, spending package, whatever. And I would just really, really love to see either over-the-counter bulletin boards so we can play the hot momentum with the Max Green BOP and huge volume during the uptrends and get some Chinese stocks so we can get some can slim quality Chinese growth companies. I mean, obviously, the 10,000% gain in 10 years or however much Cisco made. Let me go show you guys. Cisco, okay, from the 90s. That's not even the lows, but as you can see here, Cisco was up almost actually was up 90,000% from 1990 to 2000. I don't know if we're ever going to have a 90%, 1,000% winner ever again in the United States of America. I hope I am very much wrong. I hope I'm an idiot and a pessimist, and people like the man of truth, they're wrong and everything. But I see the charts and it looks bad. I just don't know if we can get another 90,000% winner. But my God, I would love it. Bet you China might have one. Come on, Telechart, give us a break, please. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do a part 2 tonight, and I will explain more about what happened to my subscribers today, and we'll go over the new short and the partial partial covers, I mean, and then we'll go over the long scans to show why we're not going to go long any particular one stock tonight, but why our list of possible future longs continues to grow rapidly. Aloha, everyone. I apologize about today. At least I'll have everything up in the morning like always. Thank you very much for waiting and being patient. Aloha.